Psychological wins are just the mind's way of scattering you. The mind never gives you a win without taking something from you. Every psychological win, being admired, being desired, being envied, being validated, being seen with a beautiful woman, being placed in a higher social tier, is not a win, it is bait. It is the mind handing you a shiny coin so it can steal your entire treasury. That shiny coin is the feeling of I am someone. The treasury it steals is your inner energy. Psychological wins are not rewards, they are distractions. They feel like success, they are actually leakage. Because every time you get a psychological win, you immediately crave the next one, fear losing it, compare yourself with others, seek to maintain the image, worry about what people think, become addicted to admiration, start performing again. This creates 1,000 micro moments in your mind, 1,000 small anxieties, 1,000 small cravings. This is what I mean when I say the mind scatters you. The mind uses psychological wins the same way a casino uses free drinks to keep you playing, to keep you losing, to keep you distracted while it empties you out. A scattered man cannot create, a scattered man cannot be free. The mind knows that if you ever became bold, if your energy ever aligned in one direction, the mind would die. So it offers you wins, not real wins, psychological wins. These wins divide you, fragment you, scatter you, exhaust you, confuse you. Because a man who is scattered cannot look inward. He is too busy maintaining his image. He is too busy performing for the world. This is how the mind survives. The truth. What you call a win is how the mind keeps you losing. The mind has no interest in your freedom. It only has interest in your fragmentation. Because a fragmented human being is easy to control. So when I say psychological wins are just the mind's way of scattering you, I mean every time you think you are gaining something psychologically, you've actually lost something energetically. You lose boldness, you lose silence, you lose direction, you lose yourself. So all psychological wins are useless mind game. Yes, all psychological wins are useless. They are the mind's game, every single one. But let me show you why, because the why is everything. A psychological win does not strengthen you, it strengthens the mind. When you get validation, admiration, attention, status, the mind celebrates, not you. Because the mind now has proof that you depend on it, and whatever you depend on controls you. A psychological win is not food for the soul, it is fuel for the mind's tyranny. Psychological wins are temporary and therefore worthless. Anything that can be taken away was never real in the first place. If praise can lift you, criticism can destroy you. If admiration makes you feel high, indifference will make you feel low. A life built on psychological wins is a life built on sand. Psychological wins divide you. Direction unifies you. Every psychological win creates craving, fear of loss, desire to maintain an image, comparison, anxiety, projection, self-consciousness. This fragments your inner world into pieces. A fragmented human being cannot create. He can only perform. The mind uses psychological wins like bait. It gives you the illusion of success so that it can keep you enslaved to what people think, how people see you, how attractive you look, how respected you are, your social position, your symbolic victories. It is a casino giving you small wins so you keep gambling. You are chasing the win, but the win is chasing your energy. True victory is not psychological, it is energetic. Real victory happens when your energy is undivided, your attention is one pointed, your inner silence becomes your home. Your creation arises from depth, not desperation. You no longer care about appearances. You no longer chase shadows. This is the life of a free human being. Psychological wins cannot give you this, they only take it away. The bottom line, psychological wins are the mind's way of scattering you. Directed energy is the way out. One is illusion, the other is reality. One is noise, the other is power. One is cheap, the other is life. Psychological wins are the mind's trap. The mind creates these wins, the beautiful woman, the admiration, the social hierarchy, the status, the validation, not to make you powerful, but to scatter you. Because scattered energy keeps the mind alive. As long as you chase these illusions, the mind remains the master. It keeps you running, wanting, proving, impressing, fearing, craving. The mind feeds on fragmentation. A scattered man is a controlled man. Real victory is not psychological, it is energetic. The real win is when your energy is not scattered, when it is directed. This is the truth. When your energy is one pointed, you no longer need admiration, validation, performance, display, hierarchy, psychological victories, symbolic wins. Because these things only matter to a fragmented mind, not to a real human being. A man with directed energy has no interest in being seen. He is interested in being. The irony. The very act of trying to look powerful, attractive, superior, admired is the act of making yourself weak. Because every attempt to impress is an admission that your energy lies outside you. You think you are winning the social game, but the social game is winning you. Psychological victories scatter, real victories consolidate. The truth. There is only one true win in life: to not be scattered, to not be divided, to not be leaking energy into illusions. When your energy becomes one direction, you stop living like an actor and begin living as a force. Everything else, the status, the admiration, the hierarchy, becomes trivial noise. So, yes, to see this is the beginning of a human being waking up from hypnosis. Life becomes effortless when your inner energy stops scattering. When I say life becomes effortless when your inner energy stops scattering, I'm not talking about motivation, discipline, or productivity. I'm speaking about something far more fundamental. The human being suffers only because he is divided, not externally, internally. A scattered mind is a mind being pulled in 1,000 invisible directions. What she thinks, what he thinks, what society thinks, desire for validation, fear of failure, desire to be admired, fear of being ignored, craving for pleasure, fear of boredom, wanting 10 different futures, running from 10 different paths. This constant internal fragmentation bleeds your energy. You wake up tired even if you slept. You are full of desires yet empty of movement. You want clarity, but all you get is fog. This is what scattered means. Your inner energy is leaking everywhere, so it has no power anywhere. When energy stops scattering, when the leakage stops, something extraordinary happens. The weight of life disappears. Not because life is easier, but because you are no longer split. A single pointed human being does not feel effort. Not because the work is light, but because there is no friction inside him. Effort is born from division. When one part of you wants something and another part drags you away. When the inner energy becomes one direction, there is no second voice pulling you sideways. The mind becomes silent. Action becomes fluid. Life becomes the natural movement of a river, not the struggle of carrying rocks uphill. This is what it means when I say life becomes effortless. There is no resistance inside you anymore. What remains is pure movement, pure creation, pure life. The scattered man moves like a burdened donkey. The undivided man moves like wind. That is the difference. The human being spends his life chasing psychological wins, not because he wants them, but because he is terrified of what remains when they disappear. The applause, the validation, the admiration, these are not pleasures, these are anesthetics, painkillers for a mind that is frightened of itself. You don't want these stories anymore because they were never yours. The beautiful girl, the social hierarchy, the people admiring me, all of these are imaginary currencies. They have no value except the value our mind has agreed to give them. And once the mind gives value to something outside, it becomes a slave to it, a slave that calls it slavery success. The moment you keep another human being's opinion as treasure, you have died. You are no longer living, you are performing, and performance is the life of puppets. You want one thing: to direct your inner energy into one place, to stop being scattered, to stop leaking energy into 10,000 illusions, to create, to build, to pour yourself into something real. This is not a desire, this is the natural movement of a human being who's tired of drowning in his own mind. The mind hates this direction because when energy stops scattering, silence begins, and silence is the death of the mind's fictional universe. So the mind will pull you into stories, validation, envy, comparison, status, romantic fantasies, self importance, self loathing, social hierarchies, desire to impress, fear of missing out, fear of being nobody. These are not your thoughts. These are the mind's survival mechanisms. Listen carefully. You do not want psychological victories. You want your inner energy to be unbroken. You want to create from that. Realizing this is the beginning of a human being turning to himself. Because the human being is only alive when his energy is one pointed. Scattered energy means scattered life. Scattered life means suffering. A directed life is a peaceful life. Not because things are easy, but because you are no longer divided. I'm not asking you to seek a goal, I'm asking you to seek a wholeness. And wholeness is found not in achievement, but in undividedness. The man who creates from undividedness is free, whether he succeeds or not. The man who collects psychological wins is dead, even if the world celebrates him. So, the human being does not suffer because life is difficult. He suffers because his mind is scattered. And the mind remains scattered because it feeds him psychological wins, small, shiny illusions of importance that fracture his inner world and keep him chasing shadows. Validation, admiration, status, hierarchy, social image, symbolic victories. None of these elevate you, they divide you. A divided man cannot create. A divided man cannot be free. A divided man cannot even breathe without fear. The only real victory in life is this: to no longer leak energy into illusions, to gather your inner force, to direct it toward one thing, unbroken, unimpressed, unmoved. When energy stops scattering, life becomes effortless. Not because it gets easier, but because you stop being divided. This is the beginning of freedom and the end of the mind's game.